potentially driven by government agencies or corporations to manipulate public perception and control online discourse.
Okay.
This definition was taken from Google's AI overview.
Oh shit.
It shows up before any other
What is going on, guys? It's YOINFAMOUS coming back at you again with another YouTube video. Today, we are reacting to Twitter and Dead Internet Theory by Terror. I saw this video. I didn't watch it. I saw it. I was like, what? That's kind of interesting to me. So I've heard about the Dead Internet Theory before, like how there's literally nobody on the internet right now, actually, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a wasteland or whatever. But yeah, that's about all I know. So let's hop into it, man. Let me make sure I'm not on 2x. I'll be on 2x sometimes. Let me make sure we at the premium bitrate. Okay, and then let's get started.
hyper specific to your interest.
Hello.
Imagine going out to see a movie. One hyper specific to your interests, from a curated feed comprised of films specifically tailored to you. When the movie ends, you turn to your left and right, and while it's too dark to see anything, you can hear others around you. Talking, debating, arguing, yet something doesn't feel right. The words you hear aren't spoken with any sort of deeper intent. The
Cool, yes, amazing.
Are shallow.
Wow.
Like they're not talking to each other, but talking past each other, putting on a show.
Cool, wow, yes.
There is no one else in the theater, because everyone around you is dead.
Huh? I was about to say that, like, as a joke. That is horrifying. That is genuine. That's terrifying. Actually, holy shit.
This is the modern landscape of the internet.
Damn. Hold on. Damn.
The Dead Internet Theory, or DIT, is a conspiracy theory that claims a significant portion of the internet, especially social media, is populated by automated bots and AI-generated content rather than genuine human activity.
Now, there are a lot of bots. I was gonna say there is a lot of AI, bots and shit, but it would be easier just to say bots. So there's a lot of bots on the internet, you know what I mean? Like the S-word bots, you know what I'm saying? The ones that be trying to, hey cutie, in your Twitter DMs and shit. But yeah, there's definitely bots. I'm interested in hearing what else he has to say. Hold on, let me see.
I believe this shift is intentional, potentially driven by government agencies or corporations to manipulate public perception and control online discourse.
Okay.
This definition was taken from Google's AI overview.
Oh shit.
It shows up before any other result. This is to say, if they wanted to manipulate public perception, they already could. It seems companies have been pushing for unwanted AI integrations more and more.
I gotta say, I am guilty of, trusting that AI sometimes. You know what I mean? The Google AI. I'll Google something, it's the first thing that pops up. It's easier. It's just easier, man. But I gotta do better at, doing research and shit. You feel me?
Every day, even if it means sloppily implementing a broken product. When it first launched, AI Overview would constantly get the most basic of facts wrong.
Damn.
Some that, if followed, could actually harm the people Googling them.
It said doctors recommend smoking 2 to 3 cigarettes a day if you're pregnant. That is crazy.
The AI takeover is what
I would not recommend that.
the more jarring shifts between the internet of old and the internet of today. Nowadays, it seems you couldn't go a day on any platform without
is this real?
forcefully fed AI slop. While a few years ago, generative AI was an interesting novelty, something to play around with before doing something else, now it's this inescapable Lovecraftian horror seeping into every aspect of life. YouTube comments are now overrun with scam bots impersonating creators. Instagram Reels shovel AI-generated brain rot to the masses. Facebook is overrun with an unprecedented amount of misinformation. Boomers are unable to recognize
Hold
that
on,
what they're looking
wait.
at isn't even human.
That's so fucking stupid. Hold on. Hold on. This thing right here, it was like
Facebook is overrun.
Poor baby John. This don't even say Coca-Cola, bro. This don't even say, it says Coca, and then it don't say Coca-Cola. Oh, praying for him, get well soon, but it's an AI generated fucking thing, bro.
With an unprecedented
This whole like screen might be AI generated. I feel like it's
amount of
as a prank, as a gotcha.
Boomers are unable to recognize that what they're looking at isn't even human. It's even at the point of breaching into the real world. I went on vacation and AI art was printed on the walls of my B&B. AI Lightning McQueen pillows were sitting on my bed.
Fuck.
His friendly face is recognizable but uncanny, clearly carrying some malicious intent. AI art as a whole needs to operate like this. Humans gravitate to the human experience, so if they know AI
hold on. That was deep actually. Hold on.
So
damn. Okay, never mind.
if they know AI art
I'm not going back
AI,
again.
they won't be as inclined to consume it.
Oof.
The same can apply to AI chatbots.
I remember
Talking to
this.
something you
That's
know
so
is a
funny.
GPT model, that might give a few minutes of enjoyment. But when talking to something you know is a GPT model, that might give a
How to what? Bro.
few minutes of enjoyment.
That's so funny. Holy.
But what if you don't know that the so-called
one
people
like
you're
equals
interacting
one
with
prayer?
aren't
What?
people at all?
I hate it, bro. That show's so
Let's
funny.
talk about Twitter.
X. Yep.
This is Danny. According to her
Okay.
account, she joined the
Hi,
site
Danny.
in May 2025 and already has over 1,000 posts.
Damn,
she
she
could
can't shut the
be
fuck
a
up.
person, a grifter responding to Elon Musk in hopes of getting a smidge of clout. But judging by her sudden, unprompted appearance and her cold, disconnected phrasing in posts,
Way too funny.
I don't believe this is Danny from Alaska. In fact, I don't believe this is anyone. Does this woman even exist?
Yeah, I'm glad I watched this during the daytime. I'm glad the day star is out to protect
Twitter to
me.
me always gave off a bit of a dystopian vibe. Just this endless stream of discourse of people arguing over anything that could possibly be argued about.
Pretty much, yeah.
Politics, media, even arguing itself. Every site's algorithm is personalized, but while other websites are tailored to your interests, Twitter's algorithm always seems to find the perfect post to get on your nerves with surgical precision. The site has always been a toxic cesspit. Post to get
DoorDash driver was utterly incompetent. I hate. Are you back on track? What's your ETA? I will also hold on. I just started DoorDash today. I'm new to Vegas. I'm so sorry. You can take the tip back. I'll also file a complaint. I'm standing here, black sugar. Do better. Can you relax? Bro, I'd have been so pissed. I'd have kept the food. I'm not gonna lie.
Nerves with surgical precision.
I'm not gonna lie.
The site has always been a toxic cesspit, but it's entertaining in the same way as watching gladiators fighting to the death in a coliseum. It fulfills this primal urge we have for conflict. I think that's why
so
alternative sites
That is
like
so funny that is Twitter's like role in social media. That is so funny.
Blue Sky ultimately failed to properly
because what are you really getting from Twitter? We used to be able to get the news from Twitter, but like, are we really still doing that? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Twitter used to be a place where you go get some news. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. Some of your friends, you know, posting some dumb shit. Nowadays, it's just racism and angry. Just that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Capture the Twitter.
I'll be on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Audience. While the two sites are less negative, that also means they do a worse job at...
Now, quick, I'm done pausing after this, but Instagram is not much safer. Instagram is just very... I don't know. Instagram real comments are hilarious to me. I don't know.
Following the discourse. Blue Sky is fine. You'll see some cool art and stuff, but people go on Twitter because they don't have anything else to be upset about. They want to feel like they're partaking in
the woke mind virus.
Despite the fact that Twitter isn't real.
What did I say?
By that I mean the discourse that spreads on there isn't nearly as important as the people on the site seem to think. Pictured here is a graph of the most popular social networks by active monthly users. Facebook has nearly 3 billion.
Facebook is still number 1 over TikTok and Instagram.
YouTube has slightly less, and all the way down at number 14 is Twitter with about 500 million. And when it comes to active users, 92% of tweets come from only about 10% of accounts. It's the very definition of an echo chamber. This is all to say, Twitter already sucked, but it's only in the last few years that it's somehow managed to get even worse. A hollow shell of something that wasn't
that's
even good
crazy.
to begin with. To find out how things came to...
Didn't he spend like 33 million or 33 billion dollars on Twitter, and then it just that is terrible.
This, we need to go back to the point of
That's crazy.
return. Everything seemed to hit its worst after Elon bought Twitter.
44 billion with a B. October 28th, 2022. The buyout. Okay.
The lead-up was unprofessional and uncertain. On April 4th, Elon announced he bought 9.2% of Twitter's shares, making him the company's largest shareholder.
Oh.
He was then brought onto the site's board of directors. After playing around with the idea,
I thought he owned the whole of Twitter. I honestly, until this moment, I thought Elon Musk was the sole owner of Twitter. Like, everything is just his fault, and it is. But you know what I'm saying? I thought he was just the head guy at Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he owns the majority of shares, but you know, it's kind of
buying majority ownership of Twitter.
Yeah.
He was legally pressured to see through that deal. Although he tried to back out after hearing reports that 5% of Twitter's daily active users were spam bots. Pay attention to this, it gets really funny later. Eventually he would cave in and begrudgingly pay $44 billion for his shiny new toy. And that's really what it was to him. Almost immediately, the company's value dropped. At its worst, it was valued as low as around $10 billion, a mere fraction of the price paid for it. Because of this mentality, Elon kind of just did whatever he felt like, originally giving power to the people with polls, before ultimately just doing whatever he wanted anyways.
Yeah.
Existing problems only exacerbated, and with the exception of community notes, not a single good feature would be introduced. Blocking was reworked, likes were made private, things were being changed seemingly just for the sake of changing them. In the next few years, the site's reputation would sink to an all-time low. Damn. Let that sink in. Twitter, the site primarily known for being hateful and miserable, probably the most negatively perceived mainstream platform, would somehow gain an even worse reputation. To figure out why, we have to go through some of the things that were changed and reworked to create this dead, artificial landscape. One of the earliest changes brought under Musk was a reworking to the verification system.
Yeah, dude. Letting everybody be verified on this bitch, bro, is so annoying, bro. Because you used to be able to like see like, okay, this is a real account. Now I think the real accounts are like white checks. I haven't been on Twitter in a minute, but I'm pretty sure the real accounts are like the official company or celebrity accounts. When I say real, let me be specific. Those are like white check marks, and then everybody else got the blue check mark. But like, what's the point of having a check mark if everybody's got one, bro? Or if you could just buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I do know. I'll be saying I don't know, but I'll be knowing. This shit is whack. This is whack.
Twitter's verification system was one of the most inconsistent and needlessly complicated features. The purpose of the verification system is to ensure that back in the day, personalities like politicians, brands, and celebrities can't be easily impersonated. But the application process was incredibly convoluted. At one point, there were PR companies that charged thousands of dollars to write news articles about you just to get you verified. But the issue arises when there are people at risk of impersonation who don't have that checkmark. Million subscriber YouTubers with 100,000 Twitter followers were having to start entire campaigns just to get a little blue check. But even worse was when Twitter began stripping the verification from controversial public figures, almost as if the verification acted as some sort of endorsement. The system needed more consistency in both the application and maintaining.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be toxic on my platform, you know what I mean? I feel like I get to do what I want, you know? So if you're gonna be toxic, you know, like I'm just saying, consequences to your actions. Actions equal consequences.
So if Elon's Twitter could fix anything, it would be verification. His solution? Instead of getting one by being influential, a checkmark would be given as a perk of paying for Twitter Blue, later rebranded to X Premium along with the site itself. Now, you might have noticed, under that system, it isn't really verification. The bar to entry went from thousands of dollars worth of publicity to $8 per month. This immediately led to a surge in verified accounts. Quickly, many parody accounts would be verified with this system and go on to be
Elon Musk real.
To this day, there still isn't an actual verification system. All it did was create a disconnect between two factions, the blue checks and every other user of the site. The blue check takeover had already gone into effect.
Damn.
The term blue check was already used as a pejorative to describe disconnected journalists with bad opinions. But now, the term would gain an all-new meaning. Nowadays, it's often used interchangeably with NPC, to describe the people that pay for Twitter as Elon Shilling crypto-obsessed NFT salesmen. It's incredibly ironic since the inclusion of paid verification was stated to be a system to prevent...
Starting April 15th, only Okay, this is from the real Elon Musk, and apparently it doesn't look like they have like a different kind of check, so that sucks. Starting April 15th, only verified accounts will be eligible to be in For You recommendations. This is the is the only realistic way to address advanced AI bot swarms taking over. It is otherwise a hopeless losing battle. Voting in polls will require verification for same reason. Okay.
Prevent people from making spam creating bots.
That I almost had a stroke. I almost had that threw me off, bro.
If anything, it only made them more noticeable, flooding all over both your feed and replies. There was one more change that really cemented blue checkmarks as their own distinct class. Paying for Twitter would give accounts more weight in the algorithm and more priority in replies.
Yep.
Much like AI, they became increasingly unavoidable. Go on to any Elon Musk tweet, check the replies, and you'll see an army of comments from people just like this.
Half more
it's
grok.
Impossible to determine how many blue checks are actually...
That's an AI! Exactly, that's AI!
Just enough personalization that realistically anyone I call a bot could technically
there go Danny
be
again.
A breathing person.
Oh no, this is
there are
page.
Potential signifiers I could point out. The messages don't seem to have been written with any thought or intent. Posts for the sake of posting. The double emojis, the repeated one-word comments. These bot accounts could be a massive contributor to why modern Twitter feels so isolated. Searching for the phrase, "I'm sorry, but I cannot provide a response to your request as it goes against OpenAI's content policy," yields a wall of seemingly endless AI accounts breaking character. It was a meme for a while that typing something like "crypto wallet got hacked help" would summon a small army of bots to your replies.
That's so funny.
These obvious tells.
Or you could also like tweet out that you need help with like an essay or something. If your Twitter notifications are a little dry, man, you know what I'm saying? Tweet out about an essay, tweet out about a fucking crypto, you know, you'll get some engagement.
Becoming less and less common as updates to ChatGPT make it more consistent. Gone are the days of asking for a bot to ignore all previous instructions and write a cookie recipe. But through all of that, most of these accounts will always have an amount of plausible deniability. The accounts have real-looking names, often attached to real-looking faces. Sometimes these accounts are stolen.
The crazy part is that could be a real person. Danny could be a real person. Her name could be fucking Ellen or some shit. But like that could be a real person. That doesn't look like an AI picture to me.
But otherwise,
I don't know.
They were never.
Hello, if you're having such troubles, check out Great Cyberspy here on X. He helped me to recover my account last week.
Real to begin with. But even if some of these can be real people, the fact they all act so mechanically indicates to me that this discrepancy doesn't really matter. They're either literal AI-controlled bots or sycophants, willing to act just like them.
That is an insane concept.
Isolating feeling.
Yo.
So why? What would compel someone to do this?
America.
To go into the comment section and post a few meaningless words for literally no reason.
Interesting.
Or even weirder, to
15 likes for interesting? That's crazy.
Program an entire AI-controlled bot to do just
you do need, if you guys haven't seen Transformers, you do need to secure that shit.
that. Another thing the blue checkmark allows for is revenue.
Money farming. And that's where the rage bait comes in. He's going to get into it. There's no way he doesn't talk about the rage baiting.
One of the more popular genres of tweet are gimmick accounts posting cool videos. On every social media site, including Twitter before Elon, going into the comments of these videos would result in seeing discussion about the posts. After all, what else would be the point of a comment section? On viral clips, it's common for completely unrelated content.
They'll just people will post like their shit on there. People will post like random, like look. These aren't even there. Hold on, go back a little bit. These are the immortal. This isn't even his fucking shit. He's just retweeting somebody else's thing under somebody else's tweet.
Videos, and because they're verified, their posts are pushed to the top, covering up any actual comments. To the content farms, it doesn't matter if they're posting something irrelevant to the discussion. So long as they're getting views, they could continue posting that on every other video and maybe make a few dollars a month. If anything, commenting on viral posts is more optimal, especially as a newly created bot content farm. Other content farm accounts recycle the same few pieces of discourse infinitely like a broken record, while they try desperately to bait people to engage and comment. Certain pieces of discourse will be taken and recycled every couple months.
Yeah.
Twitter is the one platform I still see actively talking. about
Apparently.
the dress.
Apparently, and I'm not, y'all don't have to comment on this, bro. Y'all don't have to say shit. Just like the video. I'm being so honest. And I know a majority of people see this shit as blue and what is it? Blue and black. I look at this picture and I see gold and white. I don't know what it is. Somebody help.
A discourse that started back in 2015.
The dress.
It's been over 10 years and people are still being baited into arguing about it. More interactions, more money. The comments of these posts, if you can get past the wall of unrelated videos,
Great
are
filter.
filled with other people's automations repeating controversial statements to bait interactions. Twitter used to be an angry place, but here, everything just feels hollow. Twitter's revenue system currently pays more for more interactions, which would include comments. So you can tell it's just being done with a financial motivation in mind. This makes a lot of sense when considering the reputation the site now has.
Wait, hold on, dude. Where they call it? Hold on. Go back. Scott Pilgrim is slop? Scott Pilgrim is slop. Animal Crossing is slop. 2K, okay. Finance Rick and Morty, come on, man. Full Metal Attack on Titan.
Done with a financial motivation in mind. This makes a lot of sense when considering the reputation the site now has for being a stomping ground for a lot of sketchy, tech bro, crypto, NFT, blockchain, buzzword entrepreneur types.
Rick Bozo. Yo, chat, is this true? Is this real? Grok.
Earlier,
Somebody
I
tag
talked
Grok.
about Google's half-assed AI integration and how it sort of just spit out misinformation. Grok is Twitter's new AI addition to the trend of adding unwanted AI additions. The good news is that while it isn't perfect,
I wonder how many of those 4.5 million followers are real. Like, how many of y'all are actually following Grok right now? Like,
it seems a little more polished than Google's, but it still has that core issue of over-reliance.
bro, why? What is with the dead hand? Get it out of here!
Online, everyone should always take everything they hear from everyone with a grain of salt. Always question the motives of anyone you see making an argument, because you never know who might be trying to get you to believe a false narrative. This
Or they're just
especially
rage baiting
applies
you.
to faceless Twitter accounts spitting out so-called facts without any sources to back it up. That's why at its face, Grok isn't a bad addition. Fundamentally, it serves the same role as doing a Google search, except now it's at the cost of having to tag it in the comment section to tell the whole.
It sickens me to hear Spanish spoken on the streets of Los Angeles, San Diego, Palo Alto, San Francisco, Santa Ana, San Jose, Santa Barbara, what? These sound okay. There are a couple of them that trip me up. So I know there's some Spanish. Some of this shit is Spanish. Tim, what do you? Okay. You know what? I can't even blame Tim for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to understand, like, asking Grok to understand, like, what is going on with this tweet, bro. Because what the fuck is she even talking about? Natalie, it sickens me to hear Spanish spoken on the streets of fucking, like, in Cali. You do know that California used to be Mexico, right?
World, you don't get the joke. With the amount of times you can see people asking, Grok, is this true? It's a sacrifice many are willing to take. This is what people mean when they say media literacy is dead.
Damn.
Here is a very obvious joke. It's a reference to the video game Risk of Rain. But because the post is popular and left its target audience of gamers, a horde of bots quickly came in and started discussing the weather. Like the blue check bots, when I see someone rigidly type, @Grok, is this true? There's no immediate way to tell if they're actually curious or if they're just using it to gain more impressions.
Damn,
Ironically,
400k
the AI
impressions?
has people acting more like robots, repeating the exact same command they were conditioned to do at the first sign of misunderstanding. The good news is that false information can be combated with the use of community nodes. User-created fact checks backed
People
by
just making shit up to piss people off, bro. This shit is so fun. There's no evidence to support that any of the GTA fucking protagonists are non-binary. This is an attempt at a drama alert to rage bait interactions for money from Twitter Blue. Is so funny. Drama alert. Okay. Dude, you're so old. Where's your wife? Go home, bro. Like,
backed by
what is he
actual
doing?
sources used to highlight any potential misinformation contained in the attached post. In that sense, while Twitter seems to be in a later state of dead internet than other platforms, with its mounting bot problem, it could also very well be the only one to implement a solution. As of May 2025, Community Notes has over 1 million contributors. The question comes in whether or not that's enough to outpace the creation of misinformation spreading bots. I believe this to be a band-aid solution. It's successful so long as it's continually...
Wait, I'm sorry. I missed it. I saw SpongeBob, my brain just...
With its mounting bot
out
problem,
the window.
It could also very well be the only one to implement a solution. As of May 2025, Community Notes has over 1 million contributors.
Okay,
The question
Community
comes in
Notes.
whether or not
Community
that's enough
Notes.
to outpace the creation of misinformation spreading bots. I believe this to be a band-aid solution. It's successful so long as it's continually reapplied, but in the long term, the automations have the upper hand. In a lot of ways, though, even in its worst state, Twitter's still the same hellscape it's always been.
Yeah.
Twitter is still terrible, it's just terrible in a different way. I don't think it's possible to remedy the AI problem at this point. But I'd just start by saying that in order to stop being confused with machines, it might be best to stop acting like them.
Damn, was that it? Alright, now I think you got something else to say. Nope. Alright, well, that was it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like on it. If you did, so leave a like on it. It's your boy YOINFAMOUS.